The high number of annual dog bites don't stop people from adopting and enjoying man's best friend. Even though groups that meet at churches like this have worked for years, religious leaders say that there's a new way they're staying connected. Aspen Glen offices said they were unable to comment. They did say they are assessing the damages. President Obama is getting to have a little fun in Japan. Fires so close to where you live can be very frightening. Quinnipiac senior Jackie Ingham was witness to the Monday night fire at Aspen Glen Apartments.
So we ran outside and you just see a building totally identical to yours up in flames. It's the scariest thing.
The fire, which began at 11 p.m., caused a lot of property damage, said Hampden Fire Marshal Dennis Harrison. But determining the cause did not take very long.
The carelessly discarded cigarette.
That carelessness left 25 people without homes and endless amounts of property damage. Residents in adjacent buildings are removing their belongings so crews can successfully prepare for repairs.
Well, structural damage, as you can see, the roof has been burned through and all the walls are burnt, and those apartments right there are going to have to be completely gutted.
Crews are working hard to fix all the damages, and JP McGuire Damage Response Unit hopes to have the project completed within a few months. Aspen Glen is expected to have apartments for residents to live in within the next week, but that still isn't reassuring for people who live there now.
So it makes you just wonder, how safe really are you when you feel like you should be?
The way the buildings are built, it has a lot of support for weight, but is unsafe in a fire, which is why it was able to spread so quickly. Although Aspen Glen offices said they were unable to comment, they did say they are assessing the damages, but are unsure when they will be completed. Raye-Lani, Nyhuis, QNN. Dogs are many things. A best friend, a faithful companion, but also dangerous. Bites from dogs are more common than you think and can be a threat to overall health and well-being. According to a study by the American Veterinary Medical Association, many bites occur when owners have limited knowledge on the behaviors of dogs. Cheshire Animal Control Officer April Lyler says she has seen bites result from many different reasons and says knowing the signs is very important.
Sometimes if a dog is exhibiting behavior that can be corrected quickly or early enough and the person isn't educated on how to do that, I think it can get out of control in a home, yes.
Dog bites affect many people. 4.4 million are bitten yearly, half of which involve children. Children can be prone to bites because they are right at eye level with the dog and may not understand the body language of the animal.
They don't react to information that the dog is giving. They don't interpret information that the dog is giving.
Giving dogs proper training right after taking them home can be effective in preventing bites from happening. The high number of annual dog bites don't stop people from adopting and enjoying man's best friend. Despite being bitten, one dog lover says it would never stop him from adopting.
It does not change my view of the animal because it's a great species. They're kind to people and they mean well. You have to be aware of the feelings of the animal just as you would with anybody else.
Knowing the dog's mood is very important because they may not mean to be aggressive. With proper training for both owners and dogs, the safety hazard of dog bites can be prevented. Raye-Lani, Nyhuis, QNN. Church isn't just on Sundays anymore. Religious social groups are meeting weekly for people to connect to those who can relate to them. According to a study on the role of religious practices, having friends involved in the same groups increases religious beliefs. Craig Alex, worship leader at Frontline Christian Church, says these groups provide a place for people to further their faith.
Social groups definitely help with furthering someone's belief, and not just furthering it, but strengthening it and giving it a solid foundation.
A study on religious social groups showed that people who participated are 21.4% more likely to have higher levels of supernatural beliefs, 26.8% are more likely to take the Bible literally, and 23.4% are more likely to feel their religion is exclusively correct.
When you get to meet together and have that pick-me-up during the week with brothers and sisters in Christ and with other people who have the same beliefs as you, it really helps to kind of create a faith that's passionate.
Even though groups that meet at churches like this have worked for years,
Religious leaders say that there's a new way they're staying connected, and that's social media.
Online social networks give religious leaders an easy way to reach out to their congregation to get them more involved.
We have been using this social media to advertise, to reach out other community, and it's been very effective.
Those specific networks that you find online definitely kind of keep people updated. They can always have those to fall back on whenever they are looking for something or an event or just some daily encouragement that we just put up there.
These social networks, whether online or in person, allow for more religious exploration and increased faith. Raye-Lani, Nyhuis, QNN.
Look, he's saying, brush me more, brush up here.
Anna loves horses just as much as any 12-year-old girl. She rides once a week over the spring and summer. What's her favorite part?
My foot.
As well as riding skills, Anna learns basic grooming, feeding, and caretaking needed to be successful in the sport. Little does she know, this is all a part of her therapy.
Well, I knew when she was born she had something wrong, but she wasn't diagnosed until she was 9 months old. That she had a very rare birth defect where she was missing a piece of her chromosome.
Anna participates in the therapeutic riding program at Little Britches in Roxbury, Connecticut, which specializes in bettering the lives of people with special needs.
It was beautiful because we had the hills. She had great trails to ride. It was perfect. Great trainers. The owner was fantastic. It was perfect.
There you go. Perfect.
Little Britches consists of a 45-minute lesson where students learn the basics of English riding. This therapy helps give the feeling of walking to those who have never taken a step and encourages speech by strengthening the core, all while being enjoyable for the children.
Are you always excited to be here? Yeah? How excited?
Little or a lot?
A lot. That much? That's a lot.
We were at an age where she couldn't do a lot of the other things the other kids could do. So that was the only thing she could connect with other kids was the horseback riding. So it was perfect.
Therapeutic riding has been proven to aid in the development of self-esteem, physical strength, and mental well-being of those with special needs.
They're curled up in their parents' arms, fearful.
Right.
And after a couple of weeks riding, they're sitting up. She's barely holding them there.
Yeah.
And they're sitting on a pony and they ride up here, where they start right out here.
Right.
And they're going down their little hills and up, and their little bodies are getting strong. And they're smiling. And the parents are crying.